heaps of people were kind of like, that's a really cool idea. You should make a thing of it. So one day I sat down at home with beer and I just sat there. I bought Dogecoin.com. That's a bit funny. And I slapped the Doge face onto a coin and just put it live. And I wake up the next day to heaps of retweets. And my co-founder, who's based up in Portland, had messaged me and said, hey, I found that you can change I forked the Bitcoin source code or the Litecoin source code, and you can change the font to Comic Sans. I'm like, ooh, okay, we got to do this. Like, that's hilarious.
Let's move on to Bitcoin, shall we? That's a virtual
Bitcoin has now almost overtaken
all-time high this week of $900. Now, at its peak, if you had have invested $1,000 a year,
Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Wednesday. What do we got? We've got an uptrend. We've got Doge moving back up. For all of you who are saying, Doge is dying, Doge is going to zero, 2 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents, whatever you guys are saying. No. Come on, guys. We're going up. And it's a good trading day. We got Bitcoin up over 66,000. Look at the move of Bitcoin today. It just went up. So we'll be talking about why that was, but it wasn't just Bitcoin moving. We had Solana have a big run up, and one of our favorites, Jasmy, big run up with Jasmy today. Jasmy hit 2 cents, retracing just a little bit on the Jasmy side, but overall, pretty good. What did Pepe do? Well, Pepe hit a new all-time high early this morning, 11.5 for Pepe. And then big profit taking today is what Pepe has seen. And we'll cover other memes as well. Let's take one look at Sheep. Sheep, not too much of a movement, but they had one big run early this morning. Not bad. Overall on the crypto bubbles, it's a green market today. It is a green market across the board today, except for Pepe. Pepe's the only one not in the green. And that was profit taking. All-time high. You see profit taking. That's what you get. And these are just the top 100. I don't know where Brett is. Where's Brett? Brett's probably page 2. I didn't even look at page 2 today, so I don't know. Ribbon down. That ribbon one, that ribbon finance trades weird. There's that other Pepe thing. Yeah, I don't see Brett. Maybe it went down to page 3. There's Pops. Pops ended up on page 3. Some new people coin thing. There's Brett. Yeah, Brett back up 16% for Brett. There it is. So Brett is ranked 216 now. So that's what we got overall. But again, this is more going to be about Dogecoin. We're going to talk about the chart and the graphing that I've done. And then we'll check other memes and also check in on GameStop and AMC stock, because it was another interesting day of trading for those. High volume. But this morning there was a big a big downturn in the GME and AMC prices in pre-market. There was a big dump that happened during pre-market, and we'll talk about that as well. So that's what we got on tap for today. A lot of news to cover. We'll check the charts, starting a little early just because I had it all lined up, and Doge is up. So it's always good to talk Doge when Doge is in the green. I hope you all are doing well. Dream Tanks, how are you? Dogecoin for the win. Yes, Ryan, it is Kriss time. Guten Tag, Alexander. Joseph says, let's go Doge. Ron, oh yeah, baby. Lucas, I'm doing great, especially when portfolio's up. Always puts me in a good mood. So definitely in a good mood today. Yeah, green in the market. Kriss is good. Kriss is good. Hey, Keck, how are you? Roaring Kitty. I didn't see the video with the dog. He's posted so many videos that I didn't see that one. I can't watch them all. He's posting so many things that I didn't see the one with the dog. Jason, how are you? Denny thinks it's BlackRock selling their GameStop shares. Definitely manipulation going on, that's for sure. But we'll talk about the pre-market thing because there was a bit of news that came out that yeah, it wasn't so great. Wasn't so great. Green Doge day for all. Hey, Ruslan, how are you? Samuels, sold all my Doge at a loss, bought GMA at $78. A quote from Alex. You could have an Alex parody account, right? And you could do this Alex parody, like, I'm gonna short Doge all the way down to zero. Yeah, look at Doge up over 15.5. It's going hard. How you doing, Fondue? I'm doing well. Yeah, so this is the move overall, and Bitcoin again, big run up, and this was the inflation data came out in the United States this morning, and Bitcoin reacted very positively to that. Big run up. I thought 65 would be the line that we would see, and Bitcoin said, nope, I'm going to 66. So Bitcoin just kept going this afternoon, right up to 66. Yeah, so let's get into it with Bitcoin rises as inflation eases. Now, you know and I know that the data that US puts out, this CPI, Consumer Price Index data, isn't really truthful about everything going on. There were these news reports that they've removed some things from their data count, like coffee, because they thought coffee was sort of like pricing out of bounds to what it would skew the overall or something. Hey, the price of coffee is going up, it's going up. You include it in the data. You include it all in the data. But they play these games and manipulate things. And they're still messing with the oil prices, gas prices. So we don't see a big uptick in the gas prices at the tank. That's all manipulated by the US government. And so when the data comes out, it ends up not looking so bad. So that's my take on it. But Bitcoin's value climbs after April CPI data suggests a slowdown in inflation. Now, I don't know about you, but I go to the grocery store, things still cost more. That's just the way it is, right? That's just the way it is. So what does this mean about the Federal Reserve interest rate decisions? Well, what this led to is down here. It looks like, according to the CME FedWatch tool, that Fed will maintain rates in June and most likely in July as well. And that the odds of a rate cut in September are now up over 50%. So June is looking like no rate cuts. July is looking like no rate cuts. And maybe the September FOMC meeting, we will see the first cut of the year, and then possibly a second cut happening November, December. And so that is what helped the markets today. So overall green market, again, led by Bitcoin on the crypto side, but we also had the NASDAQ and Dow Jones in the green today. S&P 500 was up. So we had green S&P 500. There's the NASDAQ chart, and there's the Dow Jones chart. So all of the stocks indices were in the green. We did have a few pullbacks. Tesla announced a bunch of layoffs, and sometimes those layoffs are good for the stock price, but except when Tesla does it. Tesla does it, it's like, oh, that's Tesla, blah. And it's because the media just doesn't like Elon and Tesla. So we see Tesla pull back about 2% today, but it's up after hours. So that's what we see with that data. And then also on the stock side, we had AMC and GameStop both in the negative. AMC down 20%, and now it's down another 5% in after hours, although it was very interesting pre-market, because pre-market on AMC, because AMC had closed at 685, and pre-market it was actually going up. It was in the 7s and even hitting 8. And then there was a big dump pre-market. And that was the news about further stock dilution. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But when that happened with AMC, GameStop actually followed AMC in that one. And there was a big drop in the AMC or the GameStop price at that same time pre-market. Still heavy volume trading. GameStop did recover in the afternoon and did come up quite a bit, but still ended up down almost 20%, 18.8% to close below $40. And now it's down to $36 after market, another 6.8%. So I don't know where these two are going to go with this whole roaring kitty thing, the Wall Street bets thing, and people just, I don't know, but we'll continue to watch it. There's certainly a battle going on between the hedge funds, right? The stock exchange, they halted trading on both of these this morning. So any momentum, every time there was a green candle and it started to go up, halted. Green candle was going up, halted. And then they would unhalt it, right? And the price would drop down. That's basically how it worked today. Total manipulation. You know what doesn't get halted? Crypto. Crypto trading doesn't get halted. For the most part. Every once in a while an exchange might have a little issue or problem or something. But overall, no. So what does that mean for Doge? Well, so this is Scient, Crypto Scient. Doge. Once Doge flips bullish and breaks the trend, we will see another meme coin mania, similar to what we had back in February into March. And we had that big run up, especially with Doge, because in February, you still could have bought Doge for 8 cents. That's right. Still could have bought Doge for 8 cents then. Now, we're going sideways since late February, essentially in this range here, although Doge has been up and down below the range, all the way up to 22 cents, dipping down to 12 cents. But right here in this 15-cent zone, basically where Doge's sort of average is for the past 2.5 months. But very volatile up and down. And that's Doge. Every time Doge goes down, all the bears come out. See, I told you Doge going down. And then we've got the uptrend, Doge going back up, and everyone's like, woohoo, Doge going to the moon. That's what it is. Up and down trading. But like I said, right, it's going to be chopped, and we're going to have this up and down. But what science says is break and flip the trend trigger. My long entry with target around the red line, and that target is 17 cents. And again, 17 is what I've been showing. I'll show you that on my chart. Break and flip the red line to support, signals continuation for the next leg higher up to 21, 22 cents. So that's the basic thing that science shows. And of course, you guys, if you were with me on Monday, I was showing you my chart, which is this one, of which I've got this reverse head and shoulders pattern that I showed Monday morning. I had said, okay, that dropped down to 13.5 cents. That is the other shoulder, it's low, and then it would go up. And I drew that white line, and we are following that white line still up. Where does that white line close? Right around 17 cents. If Doge can get up to that level, turn 17 cents into support, where's the next target? It's up to 21 cents. Same thing. Same thing. Same chart. Except I did mine first. I just wanted to say that. I did mine first. But that's what I'm charting for Doge, is looking at that. And the chart looks good right now. Does that mean this is going to play out this whole way? No. But right now it is following that forecast up. So I'm going to zoom into the 15-minute chart now so we can see live what's going on. Zoomed in a little bit more there with Doge at 15.5 cents. Very good. So can Doge skyrocket after breakout above certain levels? Certainly it can, right? And we've seen that before. Doge has been trading, again, right around 15 cents since 1st of March, but high volatility up and down and high volume trading. I know it's hard to see that, but the volume has just really ticked up, high volume trading. And so that's what I had in my video here this morning. Dogecoin trading volume skyrockets. It's like since the 1st of March, we have had big time trading for Dogecoin, big trading volume happening. And that is continuing on the charts though. And then into the block data shows how many percentage are in profit, how much are whales, all of those details, a lot more on derivatives analysis. We now have futures trading live on Coinbase for Dogecoin. So even more leverage traders and shorters, a lot more. But right now it's the open interest is showing more positivity in the futures trading, more trading with leverage. What we had today with the price coming up is, of course, liquidations. And with that, you get shorters now getting liquidated. Bitcoin, $52 million in short positions squeezed out. And what's Doge's? Doge's is about $1.7 million in shorts liquidated. And so that's what we have here is every time you see these red bars below, those are short positions getting liquidated today. And this is on an hourly chart. I don't know. I keep saying don't trade with leverage on the short or long side, because again, you may hit it once or twice, right? And feel good about yourself. And then you enter another one and then you end up getting liquidated. That's how it goes. Interesting that it's much more on Bitcoin today than anything else. Huge numbers on Bitcoin. Big bets that Bitcoin was going to collapsed down back into the 50s, and it didn't. It turned around and went up. I'm wondering if there were a lot of people hedging that the inflation data was going to come in bad, CPI numbers, and Bitcoin was going to go down. No, that didn't happen. So, and we're just still continuing to go up here with Doge, still going up. So we have that on the Doge charts. Nothing really else in this article that I didn't cover on my own. So what about meme mania, right? What does that mean, particularly for Dogecoin? What does meme mania mean? Well, Eric Crypto Man, study what happened post GME pump in 2021. It was the spark needed for the real rally. The real rally, and that was Doge, right? That was Doge. Doge was trading below a penny, and Doge went up 8x in about a day and a half post 2021 GME pump. And that was that move right there. End of January, 28th, 29th of January was that move right there. Went up to 8 cents in like a day and a half. That was the pump. Of course, Doge traded back down, went sideways for that month of March, right around 4 cents. Things were getting boring. And then April, it took off again. But that first pump, that 8x pump, happened right on the heels of the GameStop pump. Here we are, 2024. We've got a GameStop pump happening. Could there be a repeat of this craziness for Doge trading happening again? Like I said, Monday night during live stream, I said I would not be in the middle of a swing trade right now with Dogecoin. I wouldn't be there. Study what happened post GME pump in 2021. It was the spark needed for the real rally. This time, we even have Andrew Tate pushing the narrative to his army of sheeple. He is essentially getting out of fiat money. He said he sold Bitcoin to go into GME, but today he backed that up and he said, I'm getting rid of all of my fiat money and I'm putting all of that into Bitcoin. So he's going full on meme and crypto. I'm already there. I already did that. My bank account isn't that big. Everything's in the market. It's all in the market. And it's all memes and crypto. Few stocks. Got Tesla stock. I finally I did get out of AMC, and I rolled that into Coinbase, actually. And I can tell you about my AMC stuff I did in a little bit. But that's what I did, was get out of that. But could we see Doge go on this big run here? Doge did a 70x in quick succession after the last GME short squeeze. I believe we are at or close to the start of the retail run, and Doge pumping would get the normies more excited than a new Bitcoin high. GME Wall Street bets make people think of Doge. The crypto meme stock even your grandma knows. People forcing cats over dogs meta too much. That's kind of a recent thing. I think that was very short-lived in these meme tokens. We are one Elon Musk tweet away from dog money being the center of attention again. Pretty obvious that X Twitter integration is coming soon. Do I think it'll happen like 2021? No, but a super liquid 2 to 3x would be nice. Any higher is a bonus. So that was Eric Crypto Man today. That was Eric Crypto Man today. I'm going to revisit this probably in a video tomorrow for those that aren't in the live stream and didn't catch this. But so you'll see this again. But this is, I mean, this is huge. This is the type of rhyming we talk about in crypto, that you have these narratives that happen again and again. And because of the manipulation that's happening on the GameStop and AMC side with the New York Stock Exchange and the hedge funds, attention can turn to Dogecoin like that. And we could see that again. We could see that again. I've got a lot more Dogecoin now than I had back in 2021. So come on, let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. So what happened? So GameStop frenzy paves the way for Doge, Shiba prices to skyrocket. We can talk about Roaring Kitty if you guys aren't up to speed with that, but I think everyone here kind of knows what happened on Monday. We talked about that Monday night. What are the ripple effects in the meme coin space? Doge jumps. SHIB saw some increase. Notably, Dogecoin skyrocketed roughly 8,000% in early 2021. That's what we just talked about. SHIB hadn't been created yet. They waited till the summer, early fall to be created, to be the Dogecoin killer. What could happen this time? Hard to say, but again, it's going to be Dogecoin that's going to lead it, I think. When the big move happens, it will be Doge. Pretty much all of these other tokens, I mean, they're all people that are already in the crypto space, are trading these tokens. There's not new people coming into crypto for the first time. What Dogecoin did in 2021 was bring new investors into crypto through Dogecoin. That's not happening with these other crypto memes. These are all people already in crypto. That's what's happening. So, but we'll talk more about SHIB in a little bit. Meanwhile, there's Roaring Kitty. This was the post early Monday morning, late Sunday night that sort of started the whole thing. Was sit up and pay attention because things are happening. Since then, it's been 3 days of constant X posts of these video mashup things. One of them actually ran this GameStop logo across it, which was interesting. Most of them are just kind of, you know, through the words that are used and the movies that are being referenced, you can kind of get a picture of what he's trying to say, but hasn't made a public appearance, hasn't responded to any media requests, leading some to believe, is GameStop trader Roaring Kitty actually back, or are we getting punked? Is that really Keith Gill that is posting on X Twitter as the Roaring Kitty account? Or is somebody else in charge of that? We don't know. However, there is this one account, and there's all these Roaring Kitty movie clips you can see on X. But there is this one account called Shlomes, who posted this message shot. Again, you don't know whether this is real or fake, but apparently he had posted a question to Roaring Kitty asking if they'd be interested in selling the account. And the Roaring Kitty account owner said, if you're serious, then yes, I would potentially entertain an offer. So who knows whether, and that was in April is when that happened, according to this. That was in April. So could someone like this have bought like a ton of GameStop stock the week before, like the end of last week, and then posted this? GameStop took off. That guy got rich. And now he's just continuing to make these movie clips. And it's not really Keith Gill. There's a possibility. There's a possibility that that could be the case. You can't rule anything out anymore. Nothing is as it seems. There's always something going on behind the scenes. And this could be one of them. That's all I'm saying. This could be one of them. For AMC, what I did, I was trading AMC yesterday morning is when I did my AMC trades. Because AMC, oh, this is the GameStop. Let me get to AMC. At the end of the day on Monday, right? Yeah, at the end of the day on Monday, AMC had ended the day, I don't know, at $5.33 or so. And I said Monday night, I'm not going to sell my AMC until it's over $10. And that night, I don't remember how far it came up, but the following morning, it was at $12 in pre-market. And I said, okay, it's time to sell. And I think I ended up selling at like $12.66. So it doesn't even show up here because it was all pre-market. By the time trading started Tuesday morning, AMC was down to $11.88. And that's where it started trading. I sold at $12.66. The price went down to 11. I rebought in at 11. Price went up to 12. And I sold again at 12. So I got another little bit there. And that's it. And I said, okay, I'm out. I made profit. Now, it wasn't a ton of profit because I initially bought in at $9, but it had gone all the way down into the twos. So I was deep in the hole there from 9 to 2, not as deep as a lot of other people that had AMC stock from before and their price was way up high. But then they had done these splits and like all this stuff had happened. So it's hard to, from pre-split, what your actual buy-in price gets messed up by the split. But this is what we got now. So that's what I did. And then I rolled that into Coinbase is what I did. I bought Coinbase stock. I was like, okay, I'm out of that game. Because then there was this other thing, which is Adam Aron and AMC. And what did I say Monday night? We were talking about Adam Aron. He's the CEO of AMC. And I said, I don't trust Adam Aron. And someone in the chat said, I don't trust him either. And what happened? What happened last night, which actually became public this morning during pre-market trading? Another dilution. So we had 2 dilutions happen, which are additional AMC shares. It's basically like unlocking tokens, right? Or minting new tokens. But in the stock world, right, it's creating new shares of stock. So apparently there was this vote that happened in March that they could release new shares at some point of time in the future. And that happened on Monday. but most didn't know about that happened. And then Tuesday night, we had another 23 million AMC shares created worth $250 million. So really sad. This is what Charlie Plata says. Really sad to see CEO Adam, that's Adam Aaron, and team at AMC once again not doing the right thing by their shareholders. No matter what the Twitter bots say about dilution, increasing the chance of a squeeze, it doesn't. And how endless dilution is needed, there was absolutely no need for AMC to dump another 163 million after the 250 million that was completed yesterday. So those were the two dumps onto the market of AMC. And as soon as I saw that, it was like, I'm out of AMC. I am out. That kind of thing was not happening during the 2021 short squeeze in AMC. This time, though, they're playing the game because apparently AMC still has like $1 billion of debt. But now they basically, between 163 and then an additional 250 million, that's like over $400 million tapping into that debt. And what is that on the backs of? It's on the backs of retail traders. The retail traders are the ones who end up getting hit by flooding the market with more shares and then the price going down. And that's what we saw yesterday and today, was the price going down of AMC stock. Despite all of the efforts of a lot of traders trying to do a short squeeze, you just can't keep up with that kind of dilution in the market. That many additional shares coming in, 23 million shares today. So it's rigged against the retail traders, both from like the Citadel Capital side, right? You had the New York Stock Exchange, right? Halting trading every time there was a green candle going up, volume ticking up, halt. And then you get the company diluting their shares. What can you do? So I took what little profit I had in the end. It was a decent bag from 9 to 1260, and then additional 11 to 12 chunk. And it was like, okay, I'm out of the game. I can't fight this. Now, those that are holding on, well, I hope you didn't buy at $12 or $11 while the market was pumping here, $10.50, $10, because now you're at half. You're at $5. It's at $5 now. But that's the thing on AMC. So just wanted to cover that. We'll look in a little bit again. GameStop is down now 10% after market, after 18% for the day. It just can't. It's just tough to keep up with the hedge funds, the Citadel Capitals of the world. It would take a much more concerted effort of everyone to really make that huge short squeeze be the same as we saw back in 2021. But this could lead to something happening with Doge. And that's what we're watching for. Caffeine Nights, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. You think a 7x Doge is all we're going to do? 7x from where? 7x from here or 7x from when you bought in? I don't know. 7x from here gets us a little over $1. That could be it. Getting up to $1 is going to be a challenge, definitely. Definitely going to be a challenge. But this cycle, I mean, if we get X integration with Doge, look out. Look out. This kind of stuff happening now is exciting and certainly helps. I mean, it's great to see Dogecoin trading up without some Elon Musk tweet or something else happening with Elon. This is all retail traders here with Doge. So 15.5 cent Dogecoin, awesome. That's great. So yeah, and there's a lot of, this whole possibility of adoption of Dogecoin. I mean, we were talking about that back in 2021. Same thing. It all takes time. Now, is that time getting close now? Do we think 2024 is the year? Could be. A lot of excitement in the market. X has picked up another money transmitter license from another state. They now have 26. Elon said once he has all 50 states, he's going to get X payments going. Said it would be this summer. So we're still keeping tabs on that. Will Dogecoin be part of the X platform when that happens? I kind of doubt it right at first, but we'll see how that plays out. All right. Hey, Joe, how are you? Hey, David. Weiju picked up more Doge. Awesome. Where's the SEC protecting investors from the halt? Oh, that's right. They don't protect. Exactly. Exactly. Nope. They got to keep the banks and the hedge funds happy. Crazy how much I'm up off a penny difference in price from 14 cents. Doge moves up. Portfolio looks good, right? Not only that, but we have our Kriss DCA portfolio back up over $25,000. Nice move today. Again, almost half of it is all Doge. So that's good to see. Doge leading the way. Channel says, I'm long 300,000 Doge right now, going to $1, book it. All right, we'll book it. Hey, Matt, how do you sell first in, first out Robinhood? No, it's neither. It's not something that you actually do on the app. That's the way it is. It sells the first Doge that you bought as the first that's sold on Robinhood. When you get your 1099 form at the end of the year, that's what it'll show for your capital gains. That's what it'll show. Now, if you do some kind of weird transfer thing going on, you transfer some in from outside of the platform. I don't know how Robinhood is going to count that, which is why you should have your own spreadsheets or some other manner of tracking all of your crypto, just so you can check all of that and be sure. So, yes, Ryan, it was a nice AMC exit. I called it, and if you were here Monday, I said, I'm waiting for AMC to get over $10. And then when I woke up Tuesday morning and it was over 12, I was like, okay, it is time to make that sale. And by the time I got around to actually doing it, it was up over 12.50, and I was looking at It actually went up to like $13. I got $12.60 and I was like, God, that's good. That was good. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, Rapido. Everyone, hit the like button. Appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Bears are getting stuffed. That's right, Andy. Still amazing how many bears are out there that think this is all going down. And there's been nothing in the charts, nothing really in the news that has pointed to anything that would cause the whole market to get wrecked. It's just not there. Someone commented last week, Kriss, how come you're just always so positive and optimistic about everything? It's like, well, for the past week, it's all been setting up for this. It's all been setting up for this week, and now we're in it. So let's go, NYC69 says. Let's go. Yeah, just jonesing. So 26 states so far, from what I've heard. Got more to go. Any news on the Robinhood? Yeah, there was a Robinhood news thing right here. Robinhood boasts $5 billion in one-day trading volume in GameStop frenzy. So Robinhood is making a ton of money this week. A ton of money with the volume of trading. So yeah, they're doing all right. Now, when there are halts in the trading, that has nothing to do with Robinhood. That's all on the New York Stock Exchange. They're the ones halting the trading. Robinhood can't keep trading it if it's halted. So, but Robinhood's making money. Again, the rich make money on all this. Some of us retail traders make out what we can, which I did make out on AMC. But not, I mean, not huge amounts, not millions of dollars, nothing like that, because that's not happening this time. We're not seeing those kinds of gains like we saw back in 2021 with GameStop and AMC, just because of they're all fighting against it. Now they're all together in this. But Robinhood's making their money. Craziness. Craziness. That was a Vlad Tenev tweet. Robinhood hit $5 billion in equities trading volume today, one of our biggest days in the past 12 months. They love it. The more trading, awesome. They make more money. They love it. So, yeah. And then, yes, we have everyone logging back into their Robinhood accounts 3 years later to see if they still own any GameStop or AMC, because now it's in the news again. And there are some retail traders who were just part of that thing that was happening 3 years ago. And that was all they did. And then when it all died down, they could have forgotten about it. But then they wake up and it was like, oh yeah, I do own some of that. So yeah, could have that. But yeah, this whole thing with AMC and the stock dilution, it's tough to battle against that too. I don't know if GameStop was doing anything like that. I didn't see anything on GameStop, whether they were taking advantage of the situation either to help their company out with any offerings or stock dilution. So yeah, don't know. And then the only other bit of news I've got is Shiba Swap 2.0 on the SHIB side. they've updated their Shiba Swap exchange. So for those following Sheep, there's a whole list of things that, for upgrades for Shiba Swap as well. So maybe helps things out a bit. I don't think it really matters too much overall, because the only people really using Shiba Swap are those that are already into the Sheep ecosystem. So you can swap between Sheep and Bone or Treat. I don't know. That's what most people use it for. But this could be good longer term for Sheep. Sheep's trying to become this more legitimate crypto ecosystem, but there's not a lot of people that I've heard that are building on Shibarium if you're not already into Sheep. I don't know if it's going to make a whole lot of difference. There's certainly more Sheep tokens, continuing to be burnt, but not at the volume, the size, amount that really makes a difference in Sheep's price. But they keep burning tokens, so that's still happening. Sheep will go on a run when it goes on its own run. I don't doubt that. Meanwhile, Doge just keeps moving up. Had a little retrace here, and now coming right back up, 15.6 cents for Doge. Let me just check Jasmy real quick. Still back under 2 cents, but it's turning back around. Going to start moving back up again. Get back up to 2 cents for Jasmy. Big move for Jasmy today, up 12% for Jasmy. Hola, Hamid. How are you? Logan, how are you? Been watching for a long time. You can count on me? Sure. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Chop chop, Elon isn't hurry up with those transmitter licenses. Yes, Adam. We cannot wait. Sterling, how are you? Been down so long, just happy to be back even. Should I hold? That is up to you to decide, Sterling. We're in this long term here. I'm talking about the long-term markets. Look at my video this morning on the trading volume, and you'll see how that can translate to a more longer outlook through the rest of the year and into 2025. With that, then you decide if you want to hold or not. Yes, Samuels. Toxic positivity. And now, I'm not one of those moon boys, though, that's always saying go to the moon. You guys know that. When I see things are going south or things are going down, and it's not just when it crashes and then it's all, oh, I'll crash, because I hardly ever use that word. So I do keep it real. But then when I start making these, thumbnails and things about, breakout coming, things like, it's because I truly believe it. If I say there's a breakout coming, it means I truly think there's a breakout. I don't do the whole Dogecoin to the moon thing and all that. But yeah, I'm positive. Small leader has a question. Okay. I'm here for you. Those waiting for lower prices will FOMO in at a higher price. Exactly, Keck. I mean, look at this. It's just going up. Those that had the limit order set at like 10 cents and 11 cents, it's just like you're just going to have that money sitting there. It's never going to fill. It's never going to fill. So if you want to be part of this move up, go for it. Sky limit, we already looked at Brett. We're good. But thank you. Brett's still a page 3 token, so I'm not really going to talk about it until it becomes top 100. Because you never know. Is the SEC going after Robinhood? Yes, they are. Yeah, for trading in securities, non-registered securities still. SEC is not looking after investors. That's for sure. Not looking after investors. The Walmart CTO has openly said that crypto will be a major part of how customers transactions. Many things may be happening in the background. Maybe I did remember seeing something in a news article about that. I think a lot of these companies are weighing, what it means for accepting cryptocurrency as payment for things, and whether they might get into trouble with some, U.S. government regulatory something or other. It's still unclear because, again, in the United States, cryptocurrency is not a legal tender. It's not currency. And so you're essentially accepting commodities for goods, and it still hasn't been ruled on that. And that could also be why Tesla has not started up accepting cryptocurrency for cars again. And I don't know how all that's going to play out. I don't know. Robinhood had huge numbers from Monday because of the GameStop and AMC trading frenzy that's been going on. So that's why it's that volume of the huge volume of trading. Today was day 3 of that. Robinhood making a lot of money this week. A lot of money this week. Because they get every trade, they get their little piece of pie. And it all adds up. Shiba swaps on MetaMask. Yeah, I don't really follow Shiba Swap that much, and the MetaMask wallet, but good. Hey Mars, you made it. Good day to own Doge. It is. Doge is up in the green, moving on up. JS is a moon boy. That's fun. Bum, bum, bum. Low rollers in the house. Is AMC stock all-time $300 due to reverse split? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a way to look at like undoing splits. Typically what happens are all of these trading platforms go ahead and convert everything in the past post split. So they don't show the actual price at the time and then have the big drop to the current price post split. They go and then they redo the past. So yeah, I mean, even TradingView, right? We can go and we can look at stocks. We can go to AMC. And then we can look on a weekly chart. And it'll show, well, it does show this going up to $300 in 2021, but $300 wasn't the actual price, if I recall. I think this has all been adjusted post-split, because it didn't go from $300 all the way down to $5. But I don't remember what the trading, what the actual prices were with this crazy trading we had here. But this is reflective post-split of like the amount of, in percentage, how much change there was here when AMC took off. So post-split, it's like going from like $50 to $300. So that's a 6x right there. And that happened essentially in over like 2 weeks. Huge. So yeah, but that all gets adjusted post split, and don't know what when that split happened here. It was like last summer, right? If I recall, it was somewhere around last summer when that split happened. Everything just gets readjusted. So yeah, I don't know. Here's Doge on the weekly. So if Doge can get up to over 16 cents this week and end the week higher than 16 cents, it would be a bullish engulfing candle, which just points to it going higher. So that's on the weekly chart. On the daily chart, we're still watching this reverse head and shoulders play out, and that's still looking good on the daily chart. And then zoom in right where we are now in the 15-minute. Doge looking very good. Bitcoin was at 66K when we started the stream, and now it's about 65,927, kind of flattening out here. And then Solana up to $156, still going up. We have Immutable X, had a huge run this morning, up 20%. The graph, huge run up as well. It looks even better when you look on the hourly chart. It's like, yeah, that's nice. Here's this was IMX's, just big move up. Stacks had a big move. Fetch had a big move. And Jasmy. Jasmy's ended its move a little sooner, had some profit taking, but it's starting to move back up. Is the meme stock rally over? I don't think so, Low Roller. I think there's a number of people who really see what's going on, particularly with AMC and the stock dilution. They're learning about it, seeing how much everything is pitted against them, and you don't want to lose money. So I think it'll just take, if that's Keith Gill behind that Roaring Kitty account, if he came out with a video of himself saying something about GameStop, it would be just getting started then. But there's a lot of questions right now if that is really Keith Gill behind that account. They're cool videos. Those mashup videos are fun, but that's not the same thing. I feel bad for people who bought GameStop at $80. Yeah. Or this morning, AMC at $12. Same thing. You're down over half. Same thing. $12 for AMC. That was yesterday morning. $12 AMC. Yeah. Yeah, post-market. After hours, $36 for GME. AMC, $5.13. So still down from market close in after hours for both of them. Should you be worried about your Dogecoin just jonesing? I'm not worried. Should you be worried about having coins on Robinhood? I'm not worried about that either. Even though the SEC has filed this Wells notice against Robinhood, I'm not worried about coins on Robinhood. Now, you can always get yourself a hardware wallet and transfer them out. Transfer them to a hardware wallet, like this is my ledger here. Again, I've got a link in the description below. If you want to go look at the Ledger website, see about the Ledger. And I get a little affiliate commission if you buy one using my link. A lot of people have been buying them. If you transfer your Doge off of Robinhood into your ledger, then you own the crypto. That is, you have the custody of your crypto. On Robinhood, you do not have the custody of your crypto. Robinhood does. And you're just trading against the price. But it gives you the opportunity to transfer. Transfer doesn't cost that much. If you do a transfer, I highly recommend just do a test transfer first, maybe like 10 Doge. Won't cost you but a small fraction of a Doge to make that transfer. Test it first, make sure it works, and then transfer the rest. Only takes a minute, and it's done. So check that out. We can go to the Ledger website, and we can look at ledgers. Anybody's interested in Ledger. I do not recommend Ledger Recover, this wallet recovery thing. Yeah, don't do that. You don't need that. You don't want Ledger Recover. That's the whole thing where then they have your keys, and you don't want that. Plus, you have to pay a monthly fee to have that. No, you get your Ledger. Comes in a nice box like this. This was my Ledger Nano S box that I got here. The Ledger's in there, and you get this secret recovery sheet, right? That's right there. Those are your words, right? That's your recovery phrase. And then you just write those words down on a piece of paper somewhere, hide it. Hide it. And then you've got your keys to your hardware wallet. You own your crypto on it. Now, if you're trading and you're an active trader, then this is for long-term storage. How long are you going to own your crypto? This is the smartest, best way, is to do that. So Ledger Live is just what's used to make your transfer. What I do is I plug this into my computer, I make my transfer, and then I unplug it. Don't trade using Ledger Live. You don't need to swap doing Ledger Live. You don't need to do any of that. Just transfer it on, unplug it. They've added all of these other things to it so that they can make more money outside of just selling the devices. Anytime there's a swap, anytime there's a purchase or a sale, they make a little money off that too. So it's just ways for them to make more money, just like this recover thing. They just keep adding things. You don't need any of that. You don't need any of that. I don't use the app. I don't track my coins on Ledger with an app. I do all of my accounting on a separate spreadsheet. And then when I make a transfer from an exchange to a wallet like Ledger or Exodus, I note it on my spreadsheet, which coins I transferred. And so I have all of that information accounted for. So then when I eventually transfer those coins back to an exchange, because I'm going to make a sale, right? I'm going to sell. I know which coins they are. And then when I make my sale, I log how much I sold them for. And then I've got my data right there. I know what my profit is from my purchase to my sale because I've tracked that crypto that I've moved. That's the only way you can do it. Robinhood won't know. Once you transfer that crypto off Robinhood to a wallet, Robinhood won't know what you do with that crypto after you transfer it. Even if you transfer it back onto Robinhood, Robinhood won't know if that's the same crypto that you transferred off or not. They won't know that. So you can't rely on the exchanges to keep track of your crypto. You got to do it yourself. So between the Nano S Plus, the Nano X, and the Stacks coming soon, I use the least expensive one, the Nano S Plus. It works great for me. I had no problems with it. I don't need the X. I don't need mobile. I don't need Bluetooth. What do we need Bluetooth for? You're going to use this for hardware storage. You plug it in, you do your business, and you unplug it. Bluetooth is just another thing which could lead to some hacker getting in or something. You don't need that. So I recommend the least expensive one, the Nano S Plus. That's what I use. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Doge still looking very good here. You're in New York State. You can't transfer. Sorry, Jonesing. Yeah, I know. Good old New York. Yeah, Elon's always late. I don't know, Mark. I wish I knew when the top of the cycle is going to be. I don't know. We're going to be going through it together, though, this fall, into the winter, into 2025. We're all going to be here together going through it. Let's hope we time it well, taking our profits. Did I see the virtual cashier in New York City? They hired virtual cashiers from the Philippines. Really? Oh, God. It doesn't surprise me. How do you beat the whales? They're selling back and forth between 14 and 16 cents. You could do it too. You could do your own swing trading. They just have a lot more coins, and they think they can manipulate the price better with a whole crap ton of coins. I don't know if it's really enough to really move so much because of the overall retail volume trading. They could probably do it like in the middle of the night during a slow week. And I'm sure that kind of stuff goes on. That's why I don't play that game. I don't try to time it, and I'm in it for the longer term. And I'm going to make my money through the long term. If you try and time that stuff, or you think that you can manipulate the market, you can't. You can't. No, I didn't. I had sold AMC back in 2021. I'd gotten out of AMC. And then after the split, after it did its fall after split, which I knew it would do, I bought back in. And I thought getting it under $10 was a good deal. Little did I know. But I thought, yeah, and I was watching it too as it was going down. I was like, okay, if it goes down below $10, then that's a good deal. And I bought it at 9. But that was post-split. Hector says breakouts coming soon. We're going to be watching it together. Joe's still going up, Ryan says. Crypto the Conqueror. Everybody hit the like button. Appreciate that. Thank you. Hit the like button. Hamid with all of his emojis there. Love it. Sterling, follow me because of your honesty. My honesty, sorry. I have talked about when to buy many times. And if you guys already don't know, not to FOMO buy, right? When there are dips, those are the buying opportunities, or you set yourself up on a regular DCA buy schedule. That's the way to do it. But there will be a ton of people FOMOing in when Doge starts rocketing. That's just the way it is. And that's with anything, just like we saw with GameStop and AMC. All of a sudden, you had all these people buying in that weren't already in it. So, yeah, Fuzzball, I'll get to you in a minute. Almost down there. Almost down there. Ryan says, I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't Roaring Kitty. That could be. And yeah, that won't look good for GameStop if that came out, that it was somebody else behind that account. If GameStop goes up 5% every day, it helps maintain meme stock extension rally. Yeah, it's just not going to happen that way. It's not going to happen that way. And today it was down. AMC was down 20%. GameStop was down 18% today. And it's even still down 6% aftermarket. AMC as well, down 5.5% aftermarket. So this big AMC and GME run, day 3, not looking so good. So when Bull runs like, what are you buying stock for, Chris? What are you buying stock for? It should be crypto. It should be all crypto. Well, when you use Webull, right? The crypto is now in Webull Pay, and I still have a bunch of stock in the regular Webull. So I just keep it all there and I play with some stocks. So that's where my Tesla stock is, and that's where I was doing that AMC trading. Although now I just got this notice that I've got my first hit because I didn't wait until the funds settled before I bought again. That was that AMC trade I made. It was like, okay, fine, I gotta wait 2 days. That kind of thing. It's like, yeah, not the best. Yeah, I sold my AMC for profit. Price went down, bought it again, and then sold it again for more profit. That's what I did yesterday. Jason says, I was playing a game, crashed my plane because I was looking at the Doge chart. Elon. Can you imagine that? Yeah, SEC tried suing Coinbase. Nothing happened. Coinbase fought back. And Vlad Tenev says he's going to do the same thing with Robinhood. He's going to do the same thing. He should hire the same lawyers. You don't need internet. If you have a ledger device like this, right, as long as you have the seed phrase, you don't even need the hardware device anymore. You can just get another one, go onto another computer at some point in time, and then just recover from a previous wallet. You still have your crypto. So you haven't lost your crypto forever. If your internet goes down, you lose electricity, whatever. When you move your crypto to cold storage after DCAing, how do you know what your average is? Aha, good question. So That is why you guys already know what's coming. You already know what's coming. It's my spreadsheet. I keep it all on spreadsheets. So this is the spreadsheet for the Kriss Pax DCA portfolio. This was the Dogecoin we were buying starting July 2023 all the way through October 2023 from 6.9 cents, some in the sevens, back in the sixes, and then that last big chunk at a price of 5.885 cents on October 9th. And I did that all in one big chunk because I said there's a breakout coming after this dip. And so we were DCAing this like three times a week. We were buying Doge. And then that last dip, it was like, okay, I'm just buying it all here. So this keeps track by date, by coin, the number of coins you bought at each purchase, what the average price was, and the total cost of that purchase. Now, if I took all of this Dogecoin and transferred it to a wallet, I still have the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet has all of the information on it. The average is right here, 0.06176. That's the average for all of that Dogecoin we bought. And then I also add, which I don't use, but I also add this over here where you can look at whatever the current price is. So the current price is 0.1562. And then it gives you your profit. So we spent $4,600 on Doge. That Doge is now worth $11,772 for a profit of $7,100 for that Doge. So that's what I set up on a spreadsheet. Now, if I only moved half of this, I would take half of that Doge, whatever it was, and then I would have a note here that said that I moved all of this Doge to a wallet, and I would keep track of it on the spreadsheet. That way, when you get around to then wanting to sell that Doge and you move it back to an exchange, you have your records of that Doge. When you bought it, what the price was, what your cost was at that time, and then you can figure out what your profit is when you sell it. And I didn't say loss because no one's selling their Doge for a loss. You're always selling for profit, right? So that's what I do. And I know it's a pain in the ass to do each individual purchase on a spreadsheet, but you got to keep track of it somehow. You can't rely on the exchanges keeping track of it all for you. So this is what I do. Spreadsheets. And I know it's a pain. That's what I do. All right, fuzzball. Got to you. Right. What happens when I bought Doge at 4 cents on Robinhood and you want to transfer to a ledger? And now it's at 15 cents. Well, it's exactly what I just showed, right? You keep it on a spreadsheet. You show what you transferred. You can keep track of the average, current price, how much profit you're in, all on your spreadsheet. You can keep track of all of that stuff. That's how I do it. It doesn't maintain the 4 cent price. No. And you don't lose your position. Okay? Just for fun, EASA says, I asked an AI chat bot if there is any moves like GME and AMC in coming days. It had answered Novavax. Yeah, well, NVAX probably already had its pump based on some merger or buyout that I saw happen. I saw it in the news. It may have already happened. I didn't look at the price of Novavax, to be honest with you, to see whether that already happened. So that's NVAX, right? Novavax was one of those. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, see, it did the pump already. This was last week. Novavax was trading down here at about 450. And then it doubled in price and then went up after that. It's already done its pump. So your AI chatbot was too late. If the AI chatbot told you this last week when Novavax was down here at 450, that would have been good advice, right? But it already did its pump. So now you're jumping in on something that might end up being overvalued here. You don't know. Yeah, it went from essentially like $5 to $15, right? It's a 3x. It already did it. So tell your AI chatbot that they're too late. Okay? Tell them they're too late. Wow, look at the AMC chart. when you zoom out and you look at it on the hourly, it's like whoosh, up and back down. So yeah, I sold $12.66 up here, higher than the chart shows, because I sold pre-market yesterday and it was up here over $12. But I bought at 9. And that was back here somewhere. I'll have to zoom this out further. That was a while ago. Yeah, I can't show it at that scale. I go to the hourly to see the 9. Won't even let me do it there. Got to go to daily. Pull it back. Yeah, it was back here somewhere. It had pumped up here to $11 and it came down and I bought it. But it just kept going down. It was somewhere in there. That would have been October last fall. And it just went down and down and down. So I recovered, made my profit, and now I'm out. Out. And I put it into Coinbase, which went up. So AMC went down, Coinbase went up. I had rotated into Coinbase, making money. Not a lot, but 8% up today as opposed to losing 20%. I'll take that. I'll take that any day. Now, if AMC tomorrow goes up 50%, so be it. If that happens, great. I don't think that's going to happen. Not with all that dilution. Hey, Luis, go Dogecoin. Stay strong. If the power goes out when you're in the middle of transferring, I think the chances of that low roll are pretty small. Yeah, it's pretty small. And it only takes a minute. I mean, what's the chances of your power going out in that minute for Doge? And even then, would that matter if it's happening on the blockchain in the background? Well, yeah, because the ledger needs to recognize that transfer happened. There's some minuscule small percentage of something like that happening. But Murdoch, appreciate it. Yeah, I love the spreadsheets too. I mean, some people may think it's old school. I know there are these sort of online services that can do this for you, and you connect your wallet, and it adds it all up for you or whatever, keeps track of it all for you. You can do multiple wallets and all that stuff. I'm just like, I've been doing for spreadsheets for so long because that's why I was doing my stocks, years ago. So I just keep doing that. That works for me. The Robinhood retirement accounts with the Roth IRA, SEC has a hard time. Yeah. I have my own IRA account, so I don't use Robinhood. And I know they were giving away some special deal if you opened an IRA and you made a deposit into the IRA of so much money, they gave you some extra or something. And I was like, yeah, I don't need that. I'm good. Hey, Ryan, Robinhood's going to bury the SEC in so much litigation. Oh, yeah, Vlad, that's the first thing Vlad said right away is like, yeah, we're going to fight this. Right now, it's just a Wells notice. I was hoping they would do what Consensus did and just sue the SEC. Just don't even wait. Don't even wait for the SEC. Just sue them. Buy Doge at 15 cents, sell at 30 cents. You double your money, Mikey. If that's your plan and that's good enough for you, that can happen. Christian from Hollywood Beach, Florida is here. Welcome. Doja Army identify as wealthy investors. Protest chant is we're here. Yeah. Joe, $1 Doge party in Boston. Yes, there will be a party. Boston. And then Christian has offered to co-host one down in Florida as well. So I'll go to Florida for a party too. Looks like Doge is going to be trading sideways. Yep. I'm not replanning to buy AMC stock. No, low roller. I already put it into Coinbase. I bought Coinbase stock. And I'm just going to write that out. Because of the AMC dilution, it's just like those funny games that Adam Aaron AMC are playing. It's like, I'm not going to be a part of that. Too much risk in it going back down to the $2 range. So I'm not buying at $5. I could lose half. Easily could go down to $2.50, which is where it was before the big pump. Just last week, you could have bought it for $2.50, right? I didn't. I already had a bunch that I bought at $9. Went all the way down, ended up going all the way back up and higher. So I sold, took my profit. I'm good. Don't need to play the AMC game anymore. If you want to be really safe, don't transfer it all at once. Yes, Brovioli. And don't do it during a thunderstorm. That's smart thinking there. Don't do it during the thunderstorm. Ryan says spreadsheets are fun. Yep, they are. Yes, Frank. I remember Robinhood was halting the market on Doge. Costing people money, that is debatable, right? That's debatable. Was it really costing people money? I mean, were you really actively trading Doge? And if so, why the heck were you doing it on Robinhood, which is the worst exchange to be trading Dogecoin when there's high volume? Because you're not going to get the price you want when you buy it, and you're not going to get the price you want when you sell either. Robinhood is the worst platform in high volume for trading stocks or crypto. El Salvador's looking pretty good with their Bitcoin purchases now, aren't they? They were under for quite a while. But yeah, with Bitcoin coming back up over 60K, they're now in the profit and they're looking good. And they continue to buy one Bitcoin every day. Every day, they buy another Bitcoin. That's like the Michael Saylor way, you know, MicroStrategy, just keep buying. And now all of this news is coming out with these spot Bitcoin ETFs of all of these other institutions have been buying these Bitcoin ETFs. I don't think that's the same as buying the actual Bitcoin, but the BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK buys the Bitcoin in its place. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you got to be careful with SIM swappers, anything dealing with your phone. I don't use my phone for trading anything except the little bit on Robinhood. But again, you've got two-factor authentication, right? As long as you've got your two-factor authentication, not only do they need to know your PIN number to get in, but then when you make a purchase or a transfer or a sale, you got to have your, the authenticator app, right? So yeah, you just have to be careful with that stuff. Do I think Doge is better than sheep? I think Doge has the potential for much bigger gains than sheep, both if nothing happens with either and neither of them go on a big run, or they both go on big runs. I still think Doge can have a better return than sheep. I do own some sheep though, just in case. So it's not all or nothing, right? I own a lot more Doge than sheep, but I've got a bag of sheep. And if sheep goes on a big run, I'll be happy because I made profit on that. I have a diversified portfolio, got about 25 different cryptos in it. And they're all in the green right now. So I'm good. I'm calling it now. We're going to be live when the God candle hits Doge. That would be awesome. I'm just here doing a live stream and all of a sudden Doge just goes. That'll be great. Yeah, Coinbase still has some problems too. And also, yes, right. If Doge does have a God candle, I will come right on. Absolutely. I will come on. Christian bought a little something FFIE, whatever that is. Yeah, you just have to be careful with those games. It doesn't always work. I used to play that game too, where I'd see what was moving in the morning or pre-market and then buy some. Sometimes though, when the trading started, it would go down. So you just have to be careful. Armando, you're welcome. Oh, something in real life. A real person like robbing you. Yeah. Gotta watch out for that. Yeah, there's no battle anymore, and they're not really the Doge killer. I mean, Sheep has gone on their own to make their own Shiba swap and Shibarium and doing all this stuff, and all of it has nothing to do with Dogecoin. Now, why the Bone token or whichever one it is still says, yeah, it's not the Bone one, it's the other one, Leash. Leash is the one that still has in its title like the Dogecoin killer, and it's just like, really? But it is what it is. Why is Warren Buffett against crypto? That's just Warren Buffett. That's just his thing, right? I mean, he made all his money doing his stock thing. So as soon as crypto started, he just saw it as a big Ponzi scheme, and he's just maintaining that same attitude about it, which is fine. It's not for everybody. That's okay. You're trying to get out of Sheep. You just wait for that big move, and then you'll be out. That's when I'll be out. When it goes on that big run, I will be selling Sheep and booking my profits. Jason didn't like Sheep because of their roots. Yeah, and I battled with that. But then when the Sheep price was low, when I got in below 10, now it's at 25. So when it was below 10, I was like, you know, I'm going to make some money off this. So I bought some. Purely a financial decision. Purely financial. Pepe and Doge with Hat are competing. So says George. I mean, aren't they all kind of really competing if you think about it? I mean, I made the video over the weekend I made was about whether all these other meme tokens are harming Doge, and I think so. If there hadn't been a Floki and a Sheeb and all these others, Doge would probably be doing much better. But because there's all this competition with all these tokens now, that doesn't help Doge. So yeah, I made a video about that over the weekend. I mean, it's almost like all these blockchains competing against each other too. I mean, there's a lot of blockchains out there at this point. It's like, how many more blockchains do we need? But there's money to be made, so people keep making new ones. Right? Do we really need them all? We're still early in this whole crypto space, so I get it. But I mean, you look at, 6 years ago, you look at what the crypto like top 20 was. Half of them are gone. They don't even exist anymore. They do, but they're like, haven't been actively trading in years. And so they've fallen, completely. Six years from now, this top 20 crypto list, half of these will not be in the top 100 6 years from now. Which half? I don't know. You don't know, but half of them aren't going to make it. I'll know one that is, though, and it's going to be Doge. Doge has been in the top 10 for like 8 out of its 10 years. I think the 2 years where it wasn't, I think it only dropped to maybe about 20 or 30. Was kind of as low as it got. And then it was right back into the top 10. So Doge will be around. Some of these others, I don't know. Will Toncoin still be around 6 years from now? I don't know. Will Tron, will Polkadot, Near, ICP? We have no idea. But half of these will not be here in 6 years. I don't see Bitcoin and ETH competing. Not really. They're doing different things. You've got different people buying them for different things, in my opinion. Uniswap. Uniswap is like an exchange token. It'll probably do all right, but I'm not buying it. Again, if you're thinking about the token, if you're thinking about it as a decentralized exchange, oh, I see, you bought 2,000. Okay. Yeah, it'll do okay. This fall, everything's going to go up, most likely. Uniswap will do fine. I don't know if crypto is going to consolidate so much. I think we're still so early, Ryan, that there's going to be a lot more kind of new things coming in. And the older projects will just still hang around. I mean, like ETH Classic, right? Still hanging around. Doesn't do anything, but it still hangs around. Eventually, yeah, probably it'll fall off and people will just stop trading it. But yes, Frank, Doge started the meme coin craze, and now there's so many. But like I said earlier, the one main advantage Doge has is when it starts going on a run, it's going to be out there in the media. And you're going to get new people coming into the crypto market because of Doge. You don't get a bunch of new people coming into crypto because of Dog with Hat, right? That's not going to bring new people in. Those are people already in the crypto space trading with. That's not new people coming in. But Dogecoin is the one that will have new people coming in. That's what gives it its power. Is Doge going to go back to 12 cents? I don't know, Fuzzball. I mean, I'm looking at the chart and I'm like, it's not reading another drop. But let's look at the daily chart here. That would be back down here, this purple line. Will we see another revisit down? I still think it's in this uptrend here. I mean, if Bitcoin takes a dump back down into the 50s, then Dogecoin most likely would fall something like 12 cents. But I mean, the Bitcoin chart is looking very positive as well. So don't see that right now. But that doesn't mean there isn't some, world event, some black swan thing that'll cause a drop. We don't know that. Don't know. You think Doge is better than BTC? It's different. That's all. Not better. It's just you buy Doge for a different reason than you buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the store of value, remember? The store of value. I do own some Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin I'll probably hold for a long time and probably pass it on to my kids. but I don't have a ton of it, but I'm not selling it. I'm just holding on to that. Litecoin will be there since it's an OG coin. Litecoin is everywhere. Yeah, Litecoin's going to be around. It's going to be one of those as well, just like ETH Classic. It'll be around. People will trade it. People are mining it, right? It's proof of work cryptocurrency. I think those proof of work coins are all going to still be around. That's what I think. But Bitcoin, Doge, ETH Classic, Litecoin, what else can you mine after those four? I guess Caspa, right? That's one. That's a proof of work, is Caspa. But I don't know anybody who's mining Caspa. But yeah, those proof of work cryptocurrencies will be around. Oh, yeah, well, so Bitcoin up over 66,000, Dogecoin up over 15.5. We are in an uptrend. We have got this whole meme mania thing still going on, but that, of course, is being challenged by the establishment, right? We've got the New York Stock Exchange. We've got the hedge funds, right? Citadel Capitals of the world, right? Shorting them, doing what they can, right, to push the price down. We got the market makers doing the same thing, doing what they can to push the price down. And now we've also got the companies themselves, like Adam Aron and AMC, diluting the market with additional shares in order to bring money in so that they can pay off some of their debt. All of that is fighting against the success of AMC and GameStop for the retail traders. So I think it's going to be way too hard for those two stocks to see anywhere near the kind of gains that they had in 2021. But crypto's different, and Doge is different. And Doge can go on the crazy run that it had in 2021. That can happen. And that's what we're looking forward to. So, yeah, Aladdin doesn't think it'll go over 60 cents. Again, I'm not waiting for Doge to hit $1 to take any profits. Like I said, I will be layering out some profits along the way. So we will see. Anyway, we've got Boston Celtics basketball game tonight that I'm going to be watching with some friends. So I got to get ready for that. Trying to close out the series against Cleveland and then move on to the next. So that's going to be my evening tonight. Looking forward to that. I hope all of you are well. I will be live again on Friday. So Friday, 5 o'clock, might start at 4:30 again. Sometimes I get that extra half hour in like I did today. So happy trading, everyone. Have a good evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.